Lisa. I have a 3-photo layout to do today. The kids looked to me like they weren't too excited about having their pictures made. Picture taking was taken away from playtime. They'd gone to the park, and I understand there was some fishing involved. There's no pictures of the fishing. These 2 pictures I'll use probably pretty much as is. This one I think just would be perfect cut in a circle, and I still do that to some of my pictures. I still have my circle and my oval cutters from Creative Memories. I sold any of the other shapes that I had because I didn't really use them for photos much anyway. I used them for other things, and I've had different other kinds of cutters over the years. But the circle cutters, I use these a lot, and I think this would be perfect to cut in a circle. It would take up some less space on our page, and there's certainly plenty of area here that I don't need to have on the 1-page layout. The papers that I'm going to use is really a fall collection. However, the colors, the bright colors, are just great with this. It's one I've had a long time. A Schmelz collection called Go Now Go. And so we have a lot of different things here. As I say, some of these, this is very fallish, and I don't think I'm going to use that one. I could do the wood background here, the green. It's just, I like this geometric. I don't know if I can work that in or not, and I don't know about the red, but I like that geometric. And there's some great cut aparts here. My husband was traveling to see his grandchildren, so I might be able to do something with these. So that one's not applicable, nor the plain, but there could be something else in these. I haven't decided for sure, and there's a great print on the back. I like this blue, and I think it works with the photos. My favorite paper here, with little cameras too, my favorite paper here is this one. It is the city layout kind of thing, and they had to walk to the park, and I don't think there were any stories this time about getting lost going to the park, but there have been in the past. So I think this kind of city layout thing is a really good background page for this layout. Now, because I love this paper so much, what I'm probably going to do is, once I figure out where the photos are going to go, is I'm going to cut some of it out and save it for later, cut out the middle. I haven't done that in a long time, but I want to save a little bit of this paper if I can. The back is kind of okay to me, but I really love this, and I think I could work it into another layout somewhere else, because even a little bit of it is a nice scale to work with. So this is going to be my background paper, and I'm going to go ahead, I'm just going to go ahead and cut this in the circle. Let's do that, and then we can see how to lay this out. Circle cutter up. I'm going to use the smaller one. I think a couple of years ago, Creative Memories was back to selling this stuff, or at least the cutting blades. I haven't replaced mine. Well, I've replaced them before, but I haven't replaced them in recent years. Okay, so there's a great round photo, and I'll just leave this out because I can use one of the bigger cutting blades to cut that, to cut a mat for it if I want one. So now we have, I'll have to cut the border off, but now we have 3 photos, and you typically always want people to face in towards your layout as opposed to putting them this way, even though it would be kind of nice to have the family over here. Then, well, she's still sort of facing this way, but to me, the body's pointed out, so I would rather have her here. And then it's just a matter of deciding whether I want the group picture. Probably looks better on top because it's not going to cover up things as much. I mean, it's just covering up feet down here, but let's put it on top. Might even do a little bit of trimming away with that. So now I've interviewed my husband. I know a little bit about the background. I don't know for sure though what my title's going to be. I've got some cute little stickers here from Simple Stories that kind of also work with this. But let's see if we want to mat this in some way. Maybe add a little paper behind it. This is where we could use, I don't think I'm going to use that. I'm not going to do that wood. I may cut up one of the cameras. Not the best for the green. And while I like this, I think I've got a geometric here, so I'm probably not going to use that. Now there is the red. The red on the back is not bad. I could do something with that red. I really like this one. I like the contrast of the flowers to the geometric, so I think I like that better than this other blue. And the back of this is not bad, actually. I don't know. Let's see, is there one of these on top that I think really works well? I've got the, you know, I don't have to use the whole thing. I could use the little cityscape with this in some way. Can I work that in? I like that very much, and I'd like to do something with that. So I think I'm going to cut this out, and it's going to cut out the very middle of my paper. And I might use some of this, but I'm probably going to mat these in some way, and that will not only give them some space between the photographs so they'll really stand out more against this colorful and busy background, but it will also make it easy for me to trim out some of this paper and save it for later. But you still can get the idea that this is a city grid as well. So it's just a matter of figuring out which papers I want to use. Let's cut this out first and see what we have left and what we want to use. I've selected the blue floral paper and the red dot for the mats. So those will go behind the photos, and I just marked where those are going to go, and I'm cutting out kind of roughly an area that will definitely be covered by the mats in the photos. This cutting out the middle, as I say, I haven't done this in a long time, but I really like this paper, and I think even a small section of it can be used successfully somewhere else because it has all the colors from the collection in it. And I want to cut a mat out of cardstock for the circle photo just to make it really stand out. My first one I messed up, so I'll get that cut and glue those together. I use the type of adhesive you use with an ATG gun. I just really hated the ATG gun, so trying to load adhesive in it and having it on my work, it just annoyed me no end. So I got rid of it and I just use the adhesive. And sometimes it works better than others, but it's cheap and doesn't take up a lot of room, and so that's what I use. We'll go ahead and put these matte papers on there, and I did just the top and the bottom, and I come back later and I use a little Tombow adhesive to glue them around the sides. Now, what I'm going to use that journaling block for is actually the title, and some of this title is out of the letters that went with the collection. It's going to say "To the Park," so I'll do "To" and "The" from just some small stickers. And then for embellishments, I'm going to cut out one of these cameras from one of the designer papers. And I like that stripe paper on the back there, so I end up using a little bit of that as a border between the two, the red dot and the floral paper. And I found a button, a piece of flare that has the perfect colors in there. I have no idea where it came from. And it has the perfect colors for this and the nice geometric look, and I think it really accents it. And I've got a couple of stickers to put in, and I decided on some wood veneer pieces to sort of pull this together and have some continuity.
there as well. And I felt like I needed something around that journaling block, and I've already glued it down. I'm also putting an enamel dot in the middle of the camera, but since I'd already glued down that journaling block, I just found some stickers and used a border sticker to go around it. That was the way I handled having it framed in.
I'm going to add my journaling up here, and that's my page. I'll need to put a date on it. I'll probably just put that in the journaling. So we have a fun page. There's a lot going on here, but I think the photos still stand out because we've matted this circle photo, and we have the rest of these framed in here with the embellishments and a background that's a little more monochromatic. I love using this journaling card for the title block. I thought that really worked, and I'm really thrilled that I found this flare pen that picked up all the colors in this background. So we got one of the little camera things that just came out of one of the papers, a couple of wood veneer embellishments, which I always love to use, and then I framed this with a sticker since I didn't put a background paper behind it, and got a couple of other stickers in here as well. So that's our fun page from last summer. Thanks for joining me today, and I hope you enjoyed the video.